if you don't get a call. Looking at an opportunity. She will attack the cup at what? And another technique. She has been tossed.
Rising above the controversy and reshaping, women's basketball Caitlin Clarke's meteoric rise in the world of basketball has taken the sports landscape by storm.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clarke? And do you hate Caitlin Clarke? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem.
Generating debates, admiration, and even controversy. As the WNBA welcomes its new generation of stars, Clarke's debut season has shone a spotlight not just on her immense talent, but on the broader dynamics of women's professional basketball. Her journey is no longer just about basketball. It represents a revolution in how women's sports are perceived, supported, and celebrated.
I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders, and I think a lot of people always have a lot to say.
But with this rise comes inevitable scrutiny. Why has Caitlin Clarke become a polarizing figure? The answer lies in the complexities of the sport's progression, the pressures faced by athletes, and the sometimes uncomfortable balancing act between legacy and future. At Sport Pulse, we take a deep dive into the forces shaping Clarke's career, examining the tensions and triumphs that define her legacy. Caitlin Clarke's rookie season in the WNBA has already redefined expectations for women in sports.
With people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball.
With each game, she has shattered scoring records, captivated fans, and established herself as a force to be reckoned with. From her dazzling assists to her unparalleled shooting range, Clarke's debut has not just elevated her career, it has propelled the entire league into new levels of recognition. However, with this fame comes pressure. Clarke's name is now synonymous with the future of the WNBA, but not everyone views her success in the same light. Critics argue that her rapid rise has overshadowed the accomplishments of established players like A'ja Wilson. This brings us to an essential conversation in sports today. How do we celebrate the newcomers without diminishing the achievements of those who have laid the foundation for success? In the midst of this debate, one voice has stood out: Sophie Cunningham.
I would love to play with her one day, for real.
But what is that? It might not be from you, but what is it feels it's not hate, but is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is it just what is it?
Known for her bold opinions, Cunningham has become an outspoken defender of Caitlin Clarke. According to Cunningham, Clarke's rise is not just a personal victory. It's a collective win for the WNBA as a whole. By generating more media coverage, increasing merchandise sales, and attracting new fans, Clarke is lifting the entire league. Cunningham's perspective highlights an essential truth. While individual achievements are important, the collective benefit of such accomplishments cannot be understated. However, this unity is harder to achieve than it seems. Veteran players, particularly those with years of sacrifice and dedication to the league, may feel threatened by the sudden shift in attention. It raises an important question. Can the WNBA balance the old guard and the new stars, ensuring fairness and mutual respect without losing sight of the bigger picture? The WNBA stands at a pivotal crossroads. On one hand, the league has never experienced such widespread attention. Record-breaking ticket sales, increased television ratings, and a growing social media presence signal a bright future for the sport. On the other hand, financial realities remind us that fame alone does not guarantee sustainability. Despite its increasing popularity, the league faces substantial challenges, including a $40 million loss in a recent season. In this environment, Caitlin Clarke's impact is both a blessing and a challenge. Her fame has sparked unprecedented interest in the league, but it also underscores the financial fragility of the sport. Can the WNBA build on this momentum to create a stable and thriving business model?
No. I like sprinting. I already told you guys. He likes to run. I don't know, I feel like finding a balance of when...
Or will the success of individual players expose deeper structural issues that have yet to be addressed? Much of the controversy surrounding Clarke's rise stems from perceptions of jealousy and competition within the league. Some critics argue that the attention Clarke is receiving is disproportionate, reflecting a system that prioritizes new stars over established players. Others suggest that Clarke's success could be attributed to a mixture of envy and fear among those who feel their spotlight is being stolen. Is this really about jealousy? Or is it a deeper reflection of the complexities of competition and legacy in a league that's still carving its place in the sports world? It's crucial to examine the role that veteran players' contributions play in shaping the narrative around newcomers like Clarke and how these narratives influence public opinion.
Pick and choose. I think I've done better at that, and I think even over the last, road stretch, the coaches found good, minutes where I can give a quick breather that becomes very important, especially in the fourth. But I thought it felt enough.
For many fans and analysts, Clarke is seen as a once-in-a-generation talent. Yet, as she takes center stage, her ascent has not come without its challenges. Clarke's success has brought attention not only to her, but to the entire league, sparking debates about fairness, recognition, and respect. These discussions have surfaced among both fans and players, with some expressing concerns that Clarke's rise has come at the expense of established veterans in the league. The growing popularity of Caitlin Clarke has highlighted a significant divide within the WNBA, one that pits new stars against long-standing icons of the sport. Sophie Cunningham, a vocal supporter of Clarke, has defended the young star, arguing that her success is beneficial to the league as a whole. In her view, the excitement generated by Clarke's presence is driving increased media attention, ticket sales, and sponsorship deals, critical components for the WNBA's financial growth.
The whole stretch, but it's never really, they don't really ask me. It's not really my choice. It's more so they know what they're thinking and what we need in the moment. So, I could probably go play another 40 minutes. I don't usually like.
However, not everyone shares Cunningham's optimistic view. Critics argue that Clarke's rise has overshadowed the contributions of established players, such as A'ja Wilson. Wilson, an MVP and one of the league's most accomplished players, has become the face of the WNBA for many fans. But with Clarke's popularity skyrocketing, some have begun to question whether the league is adequately recognizing the achievements of its veterans.
I saw where you said the WNBA, they're targeting Caitlin Clarke. What do you mean by how she's being guarded or, enforced?
I think
This tension came to a head when both Wilson and Clarke had jersey retirement ceremonies scheduled at the same time, prompting accusations that Clarke's event was intentionally scheduled to overshadow Wilson's. The debate over the timing of these events is emblematic of a larger issue within the WNBA. How can the league celebrate new stars without diminishing the legacies of those who have already contributed greatly to its growth? This is not just a matter of timing or event planning. It's a fundamental question about how to balance individual accolades with the collective success of the league. As the WNBA works to grow its fan base and increase its visibility, it must navigate the delicate balance of elevating newcomers like Clarke, while also honoring the players who laid the foundation for the league's success. At the heart of the controversy surrounding Clarke's rise is a more nuanced question about the nature of fame, success, and envy.
both sports-wise and non-sports-wise, right? We are in a red-blue. And if you're red, you can't agree with blue. And if you're blue, you can't agree with red. Whereas,
While some critics argue that the attention Clarke is receiving is undeserved or unfair, others see her as a beacon of hope for the future of women's sports. Her rise has sparked conversations about how women athletes are perceived in the broader landscape of professional sports, where they often face additional scrutiny and obstacles compared to their male counterparts. In the case of Clarke, much of the criticism seems to stem from jealousy or a sense of insecurity among some of her peers. It's important to recognize that while Clarke's meteoric rise has brought her significant fame and attention,
if you're a college player and you're a great college player, like Caitlin was, the delusional fan base that follows her,
it has also placed immense pressure on her. As a young rookie, she is forced to navigate the expectations of both the media and the public, all while trying to perform at the highest level. However, some veteran players have suggested that Clarke's success is symptomatic of a larger issue within the sport, one in which new stars are rapidly elevated to celebrity status, often at the expense of players who have dedicated years of their careers to the league. This dynamic has led to debates about fairness and the allocation of resources, with some questioning whether the WNBA is investing enough in its veterans or focusing too much on the new crop of rising stars. Caitlin Clarke's popularity has had a profound impact on the financial landscape of the WNBA. Record attendance at games, skyrocketing merchandise sales, and a surge in media coverage have all followed in the wake of her success. Clarke has proven that her presence can drive significant economic growth for the league. However, as her fame continues to grow, so do the challenges faced by the WNBA in managing its business model.
By saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart, there were actually odds on she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA.
The WNBA still faces significant financial challenges. Despite record attendance and media coverage, the league continues to suffer losses $40 million in the past season alone. It's clear that while excitement around players like Clarke is growing, the league's business model is still in need of a major overhaul. Caitlin Clarke's popularity is undeniable, and her presence on social media has brought an unprecedented level of exposure to the league. However, her success has highlighted some uncomfortable truths about the WNBA's current state. The league's financial stability hinges on more than just its superstars. It requires a comprehensive strategy that focuses on sustainability, equitable marketing, and long-term growth. The question that looms large for the future of women's basketball is, how can the WNBA leverage its rising stars to ensure its survival without sacrificing the contributions of its veterans? Caitlin Clarke's journey didn't start in the WNBA. It began at the collegiate level, where she redefined what it means to be a star in women's college basketball.
To me, what Caitlin's been able to do in a short period of time has been very impressive, right? And so, because I know people are like, oh my God, you said she wouldn't be good.
Throughout her time at Iowa, Clarke became a household name, shattering records and achieving feats that most players could only dream of. Her electrifying style of play and incredible scoring ability turned every game into an event, captivating fans from all walks of life. Clarke's farewell to Iowa's Carver Hawkeye Arena was nothing short of emotional. The standing ovation she received when her number 22 jersey was retired was a testament to the impact she had on the program and the sport as a whole. For many, it marked the end of an era, one that was defined by Clarke's brilliance on the court. But as much as Clarke's individual accomplishments are celebrated, they also raise important questions about how women's sports are valued.
Good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Come here and dominate.
The overwhelming response to Clarke's retirement ceremony and the skyrocketing ticket prices has sparked conversations about inequality within the league. Is Clarke's success truly reflective of her talent, or is it a sign of larger systemic issues within the WNBA? The timing of Caitlin Clarke's jersey retirement ceremony sparked a significant amount of debate. Some felt that it overshadowed Aja Wilson's own moment of recognition, which was meant to honor her legacy. The situation escalated when ticket prices for Clarke's event soared to unimaginable heights, far surpassing those for Wilson's event. For some, this was a clear indication of favoritism and inequality within the league. However, Clarke's defenders argued that the timing of the event was purely coincidental and that the high demand for tickets simply reflected the rising popularity of women's basketball and Clarke's role in that growth. The debate over timing, ticket prices, and recognition highlights a larger issue: the WNBA's ongoing struggle to manage its expanding roster of stars while honoring its established players. Caitlin Clarke's rise to prominence is a defining moment for the WNBA. She has redefined what it means to be a superstar in women's basketball, attracting global attention and setting new standards for what is possible. But her success has also exposed the internal challenges the league faces, challenges related to financial stability, player recognition, and maintaining unity among its athletes. As the WNBA continues to evolve, it will need to navigate these complex issues carefully.
Off the rip, averaging 17 is not dominated compared to averaging 30-something for 4 straight years.
But that was also like the first half of the season. I feel like after the break,
the future of women's basketball depends on finding ways to celebrate its rising stars while ensuring fairness and equality for all players. Caitlin Clarke's impact on the league is undeniable, but how the WNBA responds to these challenges will determine its future trajectory. In the coming years, the decisions made by league executives, players, and fans will shape the future of women's basketball. The rise of stars like Caitlin Clarke is only the beginning of what promises to be an exciting and transformative era for the sport.